Hey there, Wondering Watchers. I'm Sony Golden for The Vibe is Golden. Welcome to this edition of Tabloid Tarot, where we unveil celebrity news stories that might hit the tabloids next and dig into old scandals that still cause a stir. In today's Tabloid Tarot, we're taking a peek at a rapper, composer, and leader of a South Korean boy band. We're throwing Kim HONGJOONG into the spotlight to be Tabloid Tarot. So let's see what sensational headline we have for HONGJOONG. Butterfly metamorphosis, inner knowing, opportunity, endless possibilities, and passion. So here, this butterfly metamorphosis is making me think of the fact that he is a Scorpio that is associated with the death card in tarot, which indicates like transformation, like this butterfly here. It's something that might not necessarily be pleasant or quick, but it's a sense of really growing and maturing. Here with this like inner knowing, it's a sense of like trusting himself, trusting that he might not be everybody's cup of tea, but that basically like the right opportunities are going to pop up like exactly when he needs them to. And with this passion and endless possibilities, it's really a sense of like, regardless of whatever transition changes that he's going through, really pursuing what he's passionate about, what lights him up and like fills him with joy. There's going to be like endless opportunities and possibilities for him. So let's see here what we have in the tarot cards. This reading, I'm going to take a look. Oh, let's try that again. In this reading, I'm going to take a look at what is going on with HONGJOONG in general and regarding his career. And I'll also be closing off with, ooh, interesting, okay. I'll also be closing off with some oracle cards to ask about the potential for HONGJOONG to become a Balmain ambassador. So I'll go ahead and put out the cards. Oh, interesting. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. So at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Ace of Wands, Nine of Cups, Nine of Wands. So here it seems like the energy of this reading is really being fulfilled and having that passion for life, and maybe feeling like a bit that there is something he feels he needs to protect. So here in his current attitude, we have the Ten of Cups. So it's as if he already knows that there are endless possibilities and then he's pursuing his passion. The heart of the matter here is the Knight of Cups. So him basically like pursuing his like creative passion, really wearing his heart on his sleeve. And here the kind of underlying hope, fear, or challenge, we have here the Page of Wands. So a sense of him being like curious, adventurous, really wanting to strut his stuff in a more flamboyant way. I don't know why I came up with that word, but we got the passion here and we have the Knight of Wands over here. So this side is what I have going on for him in general, and he's got some major spiritual lessons, life lessons going on for him. Then we have his career. So in the past, we have this Judgment card, and it's a sense of him really looking at the choices that he's made, and kind of it's part of this like metamorphosis, like figuring out what he's leaving behind and what he's going to embrace going forward. Right now we have this Empress card, another card of abundance and creativity, endless possibilities, also of like feminine energy and sensuality. In the future here, we have more like with this Hierophant, like rigid rules going on. So in the what's next when it comes to his life in general, we have the Seven of Cups. So there's a sense of a lot of choices for him to make, potential like illusions, and not exactly in tap with his inner knowing. But when it comes to his career in the past, we have the Two of Swords. So perhaps a little bit of like fear. Maybe that kind of coincides with this Judgment that has gone on for him in the past. But right now in the present, he's got the Knight of Wands, really pursuing that passion, going after what he wants and living life the way he wants to. And that kind of coincides with this Empress energy of just like that concept of abundance, limitless possibilities, and kind of embracing that desire to kind of create, and a sense of like sensuality. And then we have here for the future, we have the Three of Wands. So there's something on the horizon here for HONGJOONG. So it may be that what's going on with him in the future with this Hierophant, it could be possibly what's the word I'm thinking of? Talking to someone who has more knowledge, more information, kind of someone who is kind of ahead of an organization. So to me, it's almost as if, especially with this what's next, is this Nine of Swords, he's going into a place of like stress, like internal stress. So it may be he is going to be like offered some type of potential kind of potential opportunity to kind of move on outside of like an organization or an institution. But here, it's interesting at the bottom of the deck with this Ace of Wands, it's like, you know, taking new opportunities, inspiration, and like creativity and movement. But Nine of Cups is also about self-fulfillment. And the Nine of Wands is about kind of like protecting, like being on your own and protecting what you care about. And then the Nine of Swords, this person, it's like on their own. So it's almost a sense of like possibly going out on his own, because starting off in this like kind of happy family. So let's take a look at this Ten of Cups regarding his current attitude. We have here the Six of Cups. So this is a card of like siblings, nostalgia, happy memories. So it's as if the people that he's around, he really has good memories of them, but he also is kind of, you know, possibly living in the past to a certain degree. We have the Ten of Wands, Six of Wands, Ace of Cups. So here it's kind of like heavy burdens, responsibilities, and maybe, you know, in the past, we have this sense of celebration and victory and like new beginnings. But let's take a look at the Knight of Cups, which is at the heart of this situation. We have the High Priestess. So that's another card of like inner knowing. A sense of like he could be like looking for something that, looking for a new opportunity, looking for a way to kind of really express himself and pursue his dreams. We have at the bottom of the deck the Sun, Seven of Pentacles, and King of Pentacles. So it's that card of like inner joy and being in the spotlight, kind of maybe assessing how he's kind of making money and who he's making money for, or kind of like how, like assessing his day-to-day and whether or not it's bringing him the joy or creativity or passion he's seeking. So let's take a look at the Page of Wands, which is kind of like the basis of all this. We have here the Four of Swords. So it's a sense of like really wanting to go out there and pursue new opportunities, pursue his passions, like embrace who he is and like who he can become. But then kind of like an opposing, force of like needing some time to like for himself. And above the bed, you see there is like a couple embracing here. So to some degree, it could be like maybe wanting to embrace more of like express himself in a way that he doesn't feel he can necessarily. At the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups and the Devil. So the King of Cups is like, emotional stability, someone who is like loving and caring and kind of can take on a lot. And it's reminding me of his like him being a Scorpio and really in touch with his emotions and in touch with his intuition. Here we have the High Priestess. But with this Devil card here, it's almost a sense of like something is keeping him from reaching that true potential. And let's see what's under the Devil. We have here the Star. So it could be that what he wants, like materialistically, or how he what he wants to accomplish, there is something that is he feels he has to give his power away in order to accomplish those things. So it's not really it's almost not really allowing him to be in full alignment with what he desires. And here with, the what's next when it comes to him in general, it seems like this is representing him not being aligned with what he truly wants. So, or kind of figuring that out. So let's see judgment in the past for him in general. We have the Lover's card. Interesting. More major arcana cards. So this could have to do with like maybe a secret romance, someone that he like, someone from his past that is kind of maybe still affecting him, something that he has to like move on from in secret on his own. And kind of, so it seems like there was some type of, he had to let go of some type of connection, possibly in order to get, to be in the position that he's in, to be seen in a certain way. So at the bottom of the deck, we have 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, 5 of Swords. So 10 of Pentacles, that like abundance, being like material success, financial success, kind of having a sense of victory, but at the bottom of it, just like a sense of like winning at all costs, like wondering if that, if the decision in this past that was made was worth it. So let's take a look at the Empress in the present for him. Wow, the Hangman. More major arcana cards going on with him in general. So it's almost a sense of him trying to, like, feeling stifled, but also being in a position of like privilege and being able to kind of create off of this almost like in between, like not really stepping into who he wants to be, but in this position trying to get a better perspective of who he wants to be and kind of what he'd be giving up in order to become that. So we have the 7 of Wands, like standing your ground, and Ace of Swords again, 5 of Swords. So it's again that concept of almost like not really sure what he stands up for and whether the things that he stood up for were or like chose were worth it. So let's look at the Hierophant in the future when it comes to HONGJOONG's like life in general. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So here, this to me has to do with kind of him and how he's going to be making his money, that it is kind of ultimately what's going on with him has to do with like either rules or institutions like that he's involved in that are placed on him, and how he kind of moves forward in life, how he wants to be seen going forward. And here at bottom of the deck, we have the 8 of Swords, 7 of Wands, Ace of Swords. So it's almost a sense of like him recognizing that he's like really giving away a lot of his power to someone else, and that the things that he's like stands up for, that he feels he needs to defend, it's almost a whether or not he's actually truly in line with those things. So let's see what's next when it comes to his life in general. We have the 4 of Cups. So kind of like going to be withdrawn for a little bit, and it could be just part of this like metamorphosis and kind of needing to get to a point of his like inner knowing, so that he can really tap into who he truly is. Here again, we have the 10 of Wands, 6 of Wands, Ace of Cups. It's kind of like where we started off here. So it seems like he is going through some things that kind of he's just not sure how to be fulfilled, or like what is going to be fulfilling for him in terms of his life in general. But let's see about his career. So in the past, we have the 2 of Swords, so some type of indecision. We have the 8 of Cups. So it seems like whatever this choice was for him, something that was more for like his best and highest good, and having to reflect on something from his past, some choice that he made regarding like his past, and kind of almost being stuck in the past. It's almost his decision to leave that behind for his career is kind of showing up here. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Devil, 8 of Pentacles, and the Star. So again, that concept of like that 8 of Pentacles is like how you create and how you like manifest, not manifest, what's the word? How you create something in the material world that creates a sense of value for you. And with the devil and the star, it's again that concept of almost like selling out a piece of himself in order to become a star. So let's see what's going on with him right now with the Knight of Wands. We have here the moon. So it's almost a sense of like him embracing that, embracing his intuition, tapping into that Scorpio energy, and really getting into his like emotions and following what drives him emotionally, whether it's feels like scary or not. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. So this is a card of like liar, stealer, cheater, either like a new source of income, new opportunity, and a new way of like being seen, building up your environment. And again, that concept of the nine, and being alone in these cards, like something potential for maybe doing something solo. So let's see about the Three of Wands in the, well, these cards wanted to fall out. What are they? We have Justice, Eight of Pentacles, and the Star. Okay, well, these are too many to clarify the Three of Wands, but it is almost a sense of like him trying to like correct the choices that he made in the past, by whatever is like on the horizon there. So I'm gonna go ahead and see what do we have for HONGJOONG's future and his career. We have here the Chariot. So definitely looking forward, kind of being more in line with what he wants, and maybe having, more knowing of what he wants and how to get there and how to deal with like those opposing energies. Here we have the Temperance card, Ten of Swords, and Eight of Wands. So Temperance here, this is a card of healing and balance. It's also part woman, part man. So it's making me think of like transgender aspects. But it's like basically the way that he dresses is pretty, it's the word androgynous now. Like it, pansexual, something like that, where it's like there's not one specific like gender aspect of how he kind of portrays himself. So it's almost a sense of like embracing that a little bit more. And let's see where the Nine of Swords is, because that's like what's next when it comes to his career. We have the Justice card. So maybe some type of truth or honesty, something it kind of is either comes out that kind of stresses him out, because it's outside of his control, or it's a sense of like him being, recognizing that he needs to have more control over his life and the things that he, puts into his day-to-day, his work, his career, is kind of what comes out of it. And if it's not matching up, if it's not aligned, then something about it needs to change. So here we have Ten of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and Three of Swords. So here it's, a sense of like that financial security, but really being curious about that, and maybe wanting to do it in a different way, that might cause pain to him or to others. So, you know, perhaps there is some kind of aspects of him deciding how he wants to present himself going forward, maybe going solo. So I'm going to go ahead and close off with the revolving time oracle and ask some questions about HONGJOONG becoming an official Balmain brand ambassador. So let's see whether he will become one. It says wisdom, maybe. So this is equivalent to the Hierophant over here. And to me, it's kind of a sense of like, there's certain maybe requirements that the organization has in order to even offer that to someone, to offer an ambassador position to someone. So let's see if an offer becoming a Balmain brand ambassador depends on HONGJOONG like gaining more fame and notoriety. Says yes, and we have the strength card here and the element of fire with this passion. So perhaps whatever like decision he makes, if that actually allows him to tap into this passion, this endless possibilities, opportunities, will kind of really put him in a position where maybe he fits into, you know, the requirements of being an ambassador for that, what is it? That luxury fashion store, boutique, line, whatever that is. And this is what I have for you. Thanks for watching this edition of Tabloid Tarot. We'll see you next time. Take care.